Good morning, everyone. We're going to give a few minutes for folks to hop on, and then we will be starting soon. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I am Rose
Yes.
Peace. I am with Black Orlando Tech. I'm the executive director. Super excited to be here with you this Saturday as we bring you this info session on our building bots tech cohorts and specifically the introduction to digital marketing tech cohort that we will have starting up on this week. So quickly, I want to give you some information about Black Orlando Tech for those who are new or not familiar with our organization and what we do. All right, Black Orlando Tech is a nonprofit organization. We're committed to accelerating minority economic advancement through workforce, small business, and socioeconomic development by increasing the awareness, the activities, network, resources for local minorities who pursue careers or entrepreneurship in technology. One of our goals for workforce development and one of the programs and initiatives that we've been working on and created and have been working on to improve and offer to our community is the Building Bots Tech Cohort. That is a accelerated applied training program where we have local professionals and experts within the local community come in and instruct 8-week. We do 3 cycles of 8-week cohorts on tech skills that we've identified through research and investigation that are highly sought after by recruiters and companies within the local tech industry. So the Building Bots Tech Skills Cohort, again, it's an accelerated applied training program. Participants gain introductory to advanced level skills within an 8-week online course led by local tech professionals and experts. It creates opportunities that socioeconomically benefit the local minority communities. Majority of bot leadership is in technology, in the tech space, in one form or another, either in the workspace or as tech CEOs or tech entrepreneurs. And we are very familiar and experienced with in terms of salary and the ability to and the wages that are available to those who work within the tech space. And so when we are focused on advancing the economic advancement of those within our community, we think that pivoting into the tech space is definitely one of those opportunities that we want to open up and have those within our community have the ability to do, because pivoting into the tech space allows you to make more in salary, opens up many doors for you. And also the tech industry is just not going anywhere. It's going to always be here. It's always improving, excelling. More innovations are happening, everywhere. And then not only that, the tech industry is everywhere. And it's in the health, education, finance. It's everywhere. Everything that you touch, tech is involved in there. Again, our cohorts, we have 7 new cohorts beginning April 26th, which is this Monday. And so we encourage you to look at what we have to offer, find one that you're interested in, and definitely register. And our registration is ending today. And so if you are interested, if you've been looking at them, definitely encourage you to register today as soon as possible. So our info session today is going to be on digital marketing. Digital marketing, what is it? And Nathan, who's our instructor, will definitely be going into deeper into this information. But what is digital marketing? It's a term for all the online efforts injected in business to work and encompass all marketing efforts that use digital devices or the internet. It is the act of promoting and selling products by leveraging online marketing tactics like search marketing, social media marketing, and email marketing. The world is going digital, and by now almost every company has an online presence, thus creating a lot of career opportunities. Why? Open jobs. The digital marketing industry is swelling in various aspects, giving employees a scope to leverage based on their talent and their skills. What are the possible roles for digital marketing? Digital marketing manager, marketing exec, SEO manager, social media marketing expert. Growth. The digital marketing salary varies according to the work profile, experience, and talent, but is ever so increasing. And so based on our research, average base salary and possible perks, and this is for someone who has about 1 to 3 years of experience, is about 58 to 87K a year with bonus, and then also the opportunity to work remotely or virtually. So our intro to digital marketing tech cohort. It will be taught by Nathan Rafter, who is a professional creative and certified Scrum Master. And we'll be meeting virtually on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. And so I will give it over to Nathan.
Well, hey guys, my name is Nathan Rafter, and I'm very excited to be here teaching the Introduction to Digital Marketing cohort. I have been in the industry for over 16 years, and Rose touched a little bit about me, but I'll just tell you a little bit about where I come from and where I'm at. So for 16 years, what have I been doing? Well, my journey started with starting a clothing company out of the trunk of my car in high school, creating custom designs, screen printing them, and really understanding that effort went toward a business need. I had shirts I wanted to design and sell, and I needed to be able to connect what I did with actual conversions. So that's kind of where my journey started. And since then, I've done everything from quality assurance at Electronic Arts, working on the Superman Returns title. I have been a producer at ESPN. I have been a director of marketing, director of digital. I've been a content writer. I have been a senior user experience designer for SYKES Enterprises. And more specifically, kind of over the last couple of years, to speak to Rose's point about what digital marketing empowers you to do. So I am very active in the industry, but I work for myself. I run my own digital agency. I work with clients here in Florida and across the globe to meet the needs of business. And what that affords me is the ability to work entirely remote, make my own schedule, be be able to have the capital to invest in gear and quality of life things that are nice and kind of keep me at my A game, so to speak. And the thing about digital marketing and how it plays into the actual industry at large right now is that it is one of the major avenues for brands and individuals to have meaningful touch points. We talk about, a Google ad versus anything that's on social media posted by a connection or a colleague, is that closer you are to that individual or that message, or just that area, the more meaningful that message is going to be, because people don't like advertising, but what they do like is connecting with people or connecting with arenas that they derive value from. And digital marketing is really this beautiful kind of meeting point between business, marketing, and advertising. Advertising is a part of marketing. So marketing is like the way in which you would identify obviously a market. You would identify what people within that market value, and then advertising is how you communicate your value in ways that resonate with them and that actually make them want to move further down the process with you. And over my 16 years, one of the things that I've seen lacking in the industry, and one of the reasons that I've built my cohort around it, is the understanding of how business drives marketing and branding. Branding and marketing drive business as well. And it's the understanding that synergy there between those two that is lacking. And when you're able to assess and communicate value effectively and tie it into the major drivers of a business, that's when you can really start to deliver results. And for myself and the services that I provide clients and any project that I'm a part of, I try to shift it into this results-oriented way of thinking, because businesses and clients are hiring individuals who can craft messaging, who can create graphics, who can create videos, who can deploy that content. Because one, they can, and two, they understand the immense amount of value that communicating with people in their own preference and in a way that fits into their life, whether it's on a news feed or a direct message, that they know the business value of that. So if you're able to tap into that, if you're able to communicate that, then you will do very well in this industry. And the beauty of this industry is that for 16 years, I have worked across almost every facet of the digital industry. And that has been made possible by the skills that you gain working in this industry, the flexibility, and frankly, the demand of this skill set. And, I've worked everything from graphics grunt making $15 an hour to senior user experience designer making over, into the hundreds. And I have enjoyed that journey, and I'm here to field those questions. So Rose, I think it might be advantageous to maybe throw it to maybe some questions or tackling some just those top of mind items in the digital marketing space. What do you think?
Yeah, I've asked those who are watching if they have any questions to definitely put them into the chat, and we will answer any questions that you have.
Perfect.
And as we're waiting, I'm also going to post the link to register for the tech cohorts, and
Perfect.
on the chat and the link.
Well, I will, so in lieu of questions, I will go ahead and share a couple of questions that I get frequently on this topic.
I have some questions myself, so.
Yeah, go ahead. Rose, I would love to field your questions first.
Okay. So what is the difference between digital marketing and advertising? Or actually, or marketing and advertising?
Great question. So advertising is actually a component of marketing. Mm-hmm. Marketing is the way in which you identify opportunity in the market, and advertising is the way in which you actively try to gain market share in the industry. Now, advertising, we think of advertising as ad budget very frequently in this industry. But advertising also has creative costs. So if you want to do a video, if you want to have a campaign that features a video, the paying for the service of the video, getting the video into whatever deliverable you plan on sharing with the audience that you've targeted. There are costs associated with that. So when we talk advertising, we're not just talking the budget to deliver ads. We're also talking about the content that goes into those advertising campaigns, which are informed specifically by marketing. If you survey a market, or you do your market research and that, and you find that people really prefer weekend service in, say, market A and weekday service during market B, well, you may tailor your operations to those two markets and say, hey, for this one, we're going to have weekend service is going to be our primary message and value proposition. Over here in market B, we're going to focus on the weekday value proposition. And it's getting to the point where you can understand that and then tailor your business so where it's optimized within that market. Because in business, you don't want to pay more than you have to. You want to be able to invest wisely, get a solid return, and have that return ultimately move the needle for you.
Awesome. What are the type of innovations are you seeing in digital marketing in the recent years? So
many. So one is a big one that's very near and dear to my heart, which is accessibility. So that is the technologies and the ways of building tech that make it more accessible for others, whether they may have a disability or vision issues, whatever it may be. So accessibility is huge. And it is a major driving factor of a lot of tech initiatives, mainly because, so tech has existed for a really long time, right? And there's this thing called technical debt and legacy. And that's what happens when new tech gets old and then is replaced with better tech. Well, something that's common in this industry is for clients to create a website and then just let it sit for years. And that's not really how websites should work. Websites should be an ongoing, proactive and reactive tool that you have online to help guide people to your site, help guide people to your offerings, and for you to communicate the value of that offerings 24/7. And what a lot of initiatives that exist right now are to update these websites that have been sitting there for years with ADA specific support for web users. So there's a ton of opportunity there. There's a ton of opportunity for businesses getting online and not just having websites where it's like, hi, I'm this, I do this, but actually having tools. Like a website should be viewed as a tool for your business. It should be servicing funnels. You should be able to get lead acquisition. You should be able to get partnership or industry related connections through your website. You should be able to sell and perform transactions through it. it is essentially the easiest way for someone to directly interact with your business outside of social, which is its own wonderful little world. And there's also a ton of opportunity in social. As I mentioned before, brands understand that you don't want to connect with ads. They understand that ads are necessary, but they are not ideal. And by having people who can craft and tailor messaging that breaks that, I guess, barrier of separation, that adds a human element to it, there is a significant amount of opportunity there. So if you are able to communicate value, or if you are able to pick up on what is important to people, that is a phenomenal skill to have in this industry, because you can quickly help get to the heart of things for that client. And when you're able to get past the question phase and you're able to give them confidence in you as a professional, well, that's when the work really begins. That's when they're really going to open up and, talk about what their revenue is. That's when they're going to talk about struggles they have at an organizational level. And every single time they share one of these pain points is an opportunity for you to reduce a headache, deliver an experience, or grow business. So it's being able to listen, being able to connect the dots, and then being able to share a solution that's worth exploring. And that's why there's so much opportunity, because it's all about creating opportunity for the business. And they want to do that as many times over as they possibly can, day in and day out.
We have a question. So
yes.
Will the course be hands-on? For example, will there be a project that we will work on or go along with it?
Oh man, great question. There are a ton of deliverables that I expect us to create, and we will have a ton of hands-on areas. We'll do everything from, and generally the way that I structure is that we learn about a concept, and then we together as a cohort will enact what we just learned. So we'll learn about logo types, we'll learn about examples of logos, we'll learn about design principles before that to kind of get us primed for how we can think about it. And during that content creation, creating share-worthy content, I believe that's the lesson that's in, is that we're going to stop, we're going to open up the tool in which we're going to use to create that logo, and we are, as a class, going to spend 15, 20 minutes creating a logo. We'll also do the same for product photography. We'll do the same for explainer videos. We'll do the same for post content. We'll build funnels. So my goal is to have you guys build an actual deployable campaign at the very end that's tailored around you and what you're looking to achieve. Because I know that there's probably a few different flavors of digital marketers out there, people who are going to take these skill sets and apply them differently. So number one, you've got a person who wants to get into the industry. So your major goal is going to be producing a portfolio of work that has that communicates to an employer that you can capture the essence of a brand, that you can understand what makes them up, and that you can assess it just naturally from the outside, and that you can actually give real insight and feedback into that process. So 100%, yes. I plan on leaving you with a portfolio of actual created content that you made. We're going to be doing that stuff together during the lectures, and we're also going to be having about a half an hour after class, just creative jam session where we work on that week's stuff, and I field questions, and I'm just there and available to you guys. We're going to be creating presentation tools. Again, a lot of this is about being able to communicate value, and creating presentations and tools to guide those conversations. It's going to be a massive part of what it takes to be successful and what it takes to have meaningful conversations in this industry. So 100% yes. I plan on imparting to the students of this cohort video production skills, photography, logo design, print design, more layout design, typography, because in this world of digital, not everything actually makes it to a physical medium. Some things are just digital always. So we'll be doing that multiple times. So you'll have a pretty robust portfolio there. We'll be creating multiple branding guides. So we'll have a branding guide in there for you guys. We'll have a resume building. We'll have that as part of it. We'll have, and I'll also share one of the closing topics is the road forward, the journey ahead. And that's where I tell you guys a lot about kind of ways in which I tailored my skill set to this industry to make it easier for me to find jobs across it. And the foundation of that is just being effective. And that was one of the things that's most important is you don't have to be the best. You don't have to be a rock star, but you have to be able to be effective. And if you can accomplish that along your journey, then you are going to be doing aces.
So that awesome. And so another question I think you were kind of touching on that point is who can sign up for this course? And so I have my on that, but that'll be my one of my questions. Who can sign up for this course?
Oh yeah, anyone can sign up for this course. So one of the most important things to understand about BOT is that, yes, they do have a mission of expanding inclusivity and diversity, but that includes you. So it's open for everyone that has a desire to gain a new skill set, to take their career in a different direction, to advance a skill set that they may be early in. And as a graduate, a two-time graduate of Full Sail University, which is specifically accelerated schooling and education, that really informs my process, because in the roles that I've had, particularly as trainers or as leadership, is that I have often been responsible for getting people on the same page quickly and effectively, imparting big, sometimes abstract ideas in ways that people can actually apply them and leverage them. And that's exactly what I'm going to be sharing with people in this course is what it takes to kind of get there. And knowing that everyone is good to come along for that journey. So if you're interested, there's no membership that's necessary for that. You don't have to be a part of the BOT organization currently, but when you go through this course and at the end of it, you will be given an honorary title of a BOT. So so you kind of join a collective of professionals that are out there in the industry looking to make it a better place for everyone. Exactly.
And so even for those who are interested in digital marketing, and it doesn't, so our focus is to get pivot those into the digital marketing or the tech space. But if you are and this has been our kind of our makeup throughout our other cohorts. So if you are a business owner, I know I own my own business, and I am actually going through I don't know what the term, revamping my website and
spring cleaning.
Because when you first start off in business, you have an idea. I know you take I don't want to call them shortcuts. You use the tools and the vehicles that are available to you.
Mhm.
And even in my business, I created my own logo because of what my vision was for my business. I also did my own website again with, because I did have the skill set to be able to, know how to build, not advanced, but I could build my own website. But as my business is growing and I'm basically going up to the next level, or preparing myself for the next level, I realized that those things that I created need to be upgraded. They were perfect for that beginning,
Yes.
first couple of years, 3 years, and now I kind of need to smooth them out and just make them flow better for my business. And so for those who are business owners, and maybe you want to go and redesign your logo yourself, or you're looking to rebrand yourself, or you're looking to update your website, and you wanted to get those skills because you're just the type of person that want to do it yourself. This is a amazing course to have and to join. We have another question. Hi, Jacqueline. How young are people that make up this course? Oh, okay. So how young can they go? So that middle school and high school so middle school may be too young for them. High school senior, I would put it at as young as high school senior, and I'll turn it over to Nathan if he has his own perspective on that.
Yes, I would agree with that. Just because the curriculum that I'm going to be teaching is, the goal is to get you to a level of understanding that I think may be challenging to balance between an audience of middle school and postgraduate or let's say adults. And the curriculum that I would use to teach children would be a bit different, because their understanding of these concepts and connections are a little bit more rudimentary. Bless their sweet little hearts. So my goal is to kind of tackle these in a way where you understand how to learn already, or you have an established track record of having gone through school, or mostly through school, so you understand the ebbs and flows of delivering work, time management, effort allocation, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say that if you're a high school student, absolutely. High school works a little differently in New York, so you guys just kind of lump them all together. We have junior high and high school.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in high school age and you are at a level of personal maturity,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the capacity to invest maybe upwards of 5 hours each week into the actual curriculum work itself, that includes going to lecture, that includes doing the work thereafter. And ideally you want to open up a little bit more time. Yep. To actually really dive into all of this stuff, because there's so much quality content that I'm going to be sharing as resources for you guys, that are great to watch while you're, if you're the passenger, it's great to watch while you're on a quick little drive somewhere. If you are a quick little article to read here and there, because what you really want to do is, what's the story of Jimi Hendrix? Jimi Hendrix became an amazing guitar player because he just didn't put the thing down. Mm-hmm. He held onto it and wore it everywhere and played it everywhere. And digital marketing is very much in that vein. If you really want to have a concrete understanding and an applicable, functional understanding of this material, going out and pulling those threads yourself is a part of this journey. Mm-hmm. I am going to, of course, give you direction. I'm going to give you the knowledge, and I'm going to give you, I think, the belief in yourself that you can do this, because that's one of the most important parts of this whole thing is accepting yourself as a professional, accepting yourself as a peer in this industry, and making moves and gains to support that.
Yep, and within your what you just said, you also answered Jacqueline's next question, which is what's the time commitment?
Yeah.
So specifically to the curriculum and what's being taught, it's about 2 hours of actual learning where you'll be in the class, and then there's with homework and everything, and even maybe communicating with instructors, about 3 hours that we're estimating. So for a total of 5 hours minimum. And obviously we encourage you to take, especially if this is something that you're looking to get a certification in, which is our ultimate goal for our participants, definitely want to commit more time outside of that to learning more about this digital marketing or whatever, if you're taking another a cohort. Again, our goal, we have the way our program is structured. We do one round. We do we call 3 cycles, and 3 cycles make up a round. And the first cycle each cycle is 8 weeks. And so your first cycle is an introduction to the tech skill. Second cycle is intermediates, maybe even advanced level training for that tech skill. And then the final cycle is focused on getting your a certification in that tech skill. And so that's our goal. And we've had a lot of great success stories coming out of the tech cohorts that we've had in the past, where, one success stories, and we're going to be putting up videos as we speak to those individuals, so that way you can see. But one success story that we had recently is an individual who took one of our cohorts. They actually did the Salesforce administration, took that last year, and they were working at a job where they were making a certain amount of money, and they just recently accepted a job in the Salesforce tech industry, and they more than doubled their salary. So they went from making, if you want specific numbers, they went from making $35,000 last year, and they just accepted a job making $75,000. So that's what we are looking for, and that's exactly what we want and when I say we Black Orlando Tech, that's what we want for our community. We want to pivot you into the tech space, so that way you are able to make more money and bring more money into your household, and then that is going to trigger change, generational change, because having more that more money's flowing into the household creates more opportunity, starts new conversation. I mean, it's a very impactful to the household, and then it turns around and is even more impactful to the community, and that's what we want to foster. That's what we want to be able to provide. So again, if digital marketing, I think, hi Shayla. Actually, Shayla is another success story.
Yes.
Shayla actually is teaching our Salesforce administration cohort this year. She took the first cohort that we did with Salesforce administration in 2019. And a year and a half later, maybe even 2 years later, she's now teaching the cohort and has been doing amazing things within that space. And so, again, digital marketing, I think, is one of those skill sets that, Jacqueline, to your point about high school students, it is one of those skill sets that I think that the younger generation, college students, even the high school seniors, can easily pivot into, because it's in a realm that they are familiar with. They are,
no one's closer to tech.
Right.
No
When you talk about marketing, when you talk about social media, when you talk about those spaces and those different aspects of digital marketing, the younger folks, they're real hip to it, and they're really good into it. And so I think it's a good opportunity. So Jacqueline, I know Nathan, this cohort may not be for them, but that doesn't mean a cohort can't be created for younger students. So, definitely, definitely reach out to Nathan or
Yeah.
myself, and we can definitely discuss that.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that. So a few things just on what you said right there. So perfect way to describe. So Shayla's progress in the industry. She's only been there for relatively a short period of time and has made meaningful gains. That's the beautiful thing about these skill sets, is that whereas before, like that classic career vision that people have is like you work at a job for 20 years and then you make manager, you make this, and this.
Exactly.
This industry is a lot more fluid, flexible, and fast.
Yes.
They don't necessarily care if you've had 10 years of experience if you're giving them the quality information that someone with 10 years of experience would give them.
Yeah.
So really you can scale as quickly as your skill set did. And that's why making your skill set diverse, one, because you're going to have to talk about it. Yep. And two, because I guarantee you, no matter what role you take within digital marketing, you will be pushed outside of your comfort zone. You'll be asked to design something, to post something, to film something. Understanding how to at least create something that is solid will do you very, very well in this industry. Another thing, for people in high school, so I, like I said, two-time graduate of Full Sail University. I graduated from the Digital Arts and Design Bachelor's Program and the Entertainment Business Master's Program. When I first started at Full Sail, I wanted to be a game designer. And I was very much into video games. I played Halo professionally at a local level, Halo 1 and 2 in New York, and I was very much about it. And when I got to Full Sail and I started to kind of meet and network within the industry, I realized that it probably wasn't the right space for me, just from the engineering and architectural standpoint of creating game levels is not what sparks my passion. And that's a-okay, but it's understanding. I knew that I wanted to create. So if you have a high school student that's, that has a certain level of maturity, that has a certain level of time, that I'm certainly not opposed to them being in the course. And I certainly would love to connect with them otherwise, just to kind of nurture that desire to be a part of this wonderful industry, because it's awesome. This is I love this industry, and I literally create website frameworks on the weekend because I love to do it, not because I have projects and stuff. But at the same time, I use that framework on projects, so I'm always kind of serving my own kind of operations funnel. Yep. I'm always kind of building better, like Rose was talking about, when you want to get to that next level or you want to help others get to that next level. Exactly. You yourself need to create the infrastructure to get there, or for them to get there. And that's what the heart of this course is.
Yep. Awesome.
Yes, Shayla, in demand 100%. Yes.
Yep. Any other questions? Did you have any? I know you had some questions that you.
Yeah. So things I get, more statements I want to address that I hear a lot in this is, I'm not a designer. I'm not a marketer. I don't write copy. I don't know how to make an ad campaign. And that is possibly true. But you know what an ad campaign is. You have absolutely engaged with ones before. And everything as far as marketing and messaging and all that stuff it's a gained skill that starts with, I think, compassion and insight and understanding. And when, even though you may not be a marketer or a copywriter, if you can produce quality copy and you accept yourself as a copywriter, that's all it takes to be in this industry. I remember for kind of the longest time, my first client was one of my first clients was Best Western when I was in high school. They never asked what college I went to or anything, and we just never brought up age. And I was there because I came up, I had been reaching out to them. I had done my research. I had done my my homework on them. I had a couple of ideas of ways that they could improve bookings because I understood that that was a fundamental part of their business. And I connected with them. And, my first client accepted me as a professional because I acted professional. They accepted my skill set because I was able to demonstrate my skill set. They wanted to work with me because I had all of the, I was meeting all of the criteria necessary to be a trusted partner in the space of marketing. And we did very solid work. A lot of our stuff was based on print and whatnot, but the initiative, taking the initiative, is really important in this industry. So even though you may not be a copywriter or a photographer or a social media marketer, understand that these are just tasks that if you accomplish, a few times, if you get the experience to just peek behind the curtain, that this work isn't necessarily hard to execute. Where the value and where the quality difference in something executed okay and something executed spot on is really how much you know about the market, how much you understand about the business, what market research you've done, what you're choosing to act on, and opportunities that you think exist in the market that you have to lead that charge through. So I know that a lot of people watching or just in this space may have issues with the confidence in their skill sets, but just understand that I'm forever a student of this industry as well. I am an expert Facebook marketer, but when Facebook launches a redesign of their ad platform and they rework how ad types are made and management stuff, I'm a little bit of a student again, and I need to invest that time to getting back to an expert level in that. And that's just indicative of this industry. Is you have to take it upon yourself to stay up on it. But the cool thing is that the stuff is so exciting that it's really easy to kind of jump into that rabbit hole and just learn and immerse yourself in it.
Awesome.
There was a question. I couldn't quite see it.
There was a question. I was posting some comments. Jackie,
okay.
She said it has been great. And then someone, I'm pretty sure from the bot team, I can't tell who it is, but posted the registration link.
Yes.
Again, I'll post that again for everyone. Deadline or the registration ends today. The cost is $100 for the 8-week course.
That's it. $100.
That's it. $100. And also
my clients pay a lot more for my time. Just to leave you with one little nugget. So you can earn a lot of different salaries, hourly rates, consulting fees and stuff. It is possible to earn $1,000 an hour. I have invoiced clients at very important meetings. These are large companies where $1,000 an hour for your time is signed off on right away. That is a possibility, particularly when you get into the higher echelons and work with larger organizations doing larger business. But if you're talking earning potential, while not every client obviously is that, if you have to understand that for them to be willing to pay that amount, that the value of what I'm bringing to the table is immense. And it's mainly my ability to understand what's going on, assess the situation about where the pain points are, the gaps are, communicate those to that team, and then structure a way to get and address those in a way that is efficient.
Yes, $1,000 an hour.
Yes, $1,000 an hour is possible. It is.
Yes.
And you know what it took to do that? Just I said that number. It's not like I obviously, I know what I offer. I know the value of it. I knew where they were, so I was comfortable saying a number in that range. But at the same time, the only reason why I ever made that amount was because I said that's what the cost of doing business with Nathan Rafter Incorporated was. And they were happy to pay it. And we had a very, very good, much longer meeting at that rate. So yes, it is. It's very possible. And if you can communicate your value,
yes, exactly.
that is how you can accomplish it. And that's really what I'm going to help you achieve over this. That's one of my kind of human soft skills that I really want to impart with you guys is confidence in self, at least in presentation. You could be shaking in your boots internally, but as long as you are there leading the charge, you are in a good spot.
And it's all about return on investment. $1,000 an hour, that company is definitely bringing in a lot, 10, 1,500 times that amount.
Oh, yes.
From what, from the digital marketing services that Nathan provided, yes. And what. And
that also kind of marries with business development.
Yeah.
Because my specialty in the industry is the understanding of how marketing and business connect. I literally have a bachelor's in design and content creation, and I've got a master's in business as it relates to kind of entertainment spaces. That is a rare skill set, but one that informs my entire curriculum. So you'll be getting that special little those special qualities that are really in demand right now, and just the way you address and work through things in the digital marketing space.
Awesome. All right. I don't see any more questions.
I think I have spoken at length. I think I answered a lot of questions before.
I think so too. So hopefully, again, if you do have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to either myself or Nathan. It's specific to the cohort and what will be, what will be included. Definitely reach out to Nathan if it's anything about registration.
You guys can comment on these posts, post, any of the bot posts that I'm on. You guys can find me on my own socials, which are, I think, intermixed and linked in there. Pretty much you can find me everywhere at /Nathan Rafter or at Nathan Rafter. I'm happy to field any questions. I'm happy to chat with you. Don't think that like I'm somewhere on this pedestal and like you don't want to waste my time. I am here because I believe in Bot's mission. I believe in having more awesome people in the tech industry. And whether you are a 15-year veteran or you are a 15-day kind of hobbyer, I wanna chat with you, because the only thing that separates those two is just time and commitment. And if you got the time's gonna happen anyways, and you got to commit to something. This is a really, really inspiring, motivating, and just fun industry to be a part of. And I want more people like you in it.
And quick comment on so the time is Wednesdays at 1 p.m. For those who are considering it, think of it as a lunch and learn. You take your lunch during that time. That way you're able to attend the course virtually. Everything is virtual. But if Wednesday, say you maybe are only able, I think you're only able to make half of that those meeting periods for the next 8 weeks, you can, again, that can be something that is worked out to where, because all courses are recorded, and so if you wind up missing a class, you can definitely go back to the recording. And so again, if the time, even if the time is a factor for you,
if the time is problematic, I'm happy to open my schedule up in a different way. Wednesdays at 1 might be challenging. Maybe after 6 could be something that we look at. My recommendation would be, let's sign up. Let's know what let's look at the size of our cohort, and I am happy to make accommodations. I know people work full time. I know that babysitting is an issue. I know Wednesdays at 1 may not necessarily work. I'm happy to be more flexible and more available in that way.
So Natalie Stewart says, I'm curious about this career field. Would like to know
yes.
Alongside Natalie, the program was created for people who work full-time jobs and have a life, have careers. So that's what we created.
Yeah. So I want to let you know, for the entire duration of my 16-year career, I have worked full-time jobs, and I have always had a side hustle. I have always had, I think, for a good majority of 15 years, I have always had a client on the side, a service on the side. Can you balance it? 100%.
You can.
Is it? I find this industry very fun. I get a lot of motivation and energy from the work that I do in it, so it's easy for me to be motivated. I think it's easy to feel that way about digital marketing. So even if you feel like your career may suck your will to live a bit, and you're looking for greener pastures or a different way to do things, this is very fittable in life. I mean, realistically, what I'm going to be asking you to do is to record a 15 to 30-second video a few times, snap a couple of well-lit photos of yourself or branding elements or products, create a few posters and logos, and it's all going to stack on top of each other. So the work that we do in weeks 2 and 3 ultimately get brought into the project for week 4, where we kind of build things. And that's what I want to teach you guys, is the first we learn, then we create, and then we deliver. And that's going to be the process that everything kind of goes through. So if you do have a full-time job, yes, absolutely. You can fit in this career field, because all it takes is just one client, really. All it takes is one client. And the thing to understand about clients is that if a business will hire for the job, they will pay more for an outside company to provide that service, because there's the cost cutting measures and stuff of working within a business that they have to worry about, and other things that are provided therein. But as a consultant on the outside, it's based on what the true output of that work you're doing is going to be. It's not factored into your salary or anything. It's, hey, you want to do $1 million in sales? Cool. That campaign is going to have some zeros attached to it.
Yep. And you control all that.
Yes.
You control how much work you do and how much work you don't. So that's the beauty of side hustle. Productivity systems and project management. If you can really just
make those your thing. And I'm not a type A personality at all. Like those are learned skills, I would say, and they're skills of necessity. But yeah, if you can manage your time, and a lot of it has to do with, I'm passionate about this, I enjoy the feeling empowered and being able to create. A lot of those things help sustain you in this industry as well.
Yeah. All right. We are hitting the 1 hour mark. So.
Yes, I appreciate everyone giving up some time this Saturday. Do be sure to sign up today. As I mentioned with Rose during a little bit of our conversation, that I am open to moving my time slot if that is a point of concern for you. So let's go ahead and get you into the pipeline, and then we can have those conversations. And we, as a cohort of fellow peers and professionals here in this industry, we can figure out times and ways in which we can make sure everyone is successful who signs up. That's very important to me, and I want to make sure that you get your time with me and that you get the skills that you envision for yourself.
So Natalie, when you say other class offerings, I'm assuming you mean other cohorts for other skills. There are. If you go to the registration link that I put in, you should be able to go there. We have a video that shows the different cohorts we have.
Yes.
Now, if you're talking specifically to digital marketing, there's only one cohort, and that's the one that Nathan is teaching. And it'll be offered. I mean, it'll be meeting once, either be that Wednesday at 1 p.m. or another time if the people who sign up agree to it.
Yes.
Now, these cohorts, this cycle 1 starts this week on Monday, and they each one is at different days and times. Cycle 2 will start in July, but that most likely won't be an intro to digital marketing course. It may be more advanced. I mean,
Yes.
we're not sure right now, so we'll once we get that ironed out, we'll know. But we try to offer the tech skill each cycle that we have. It's just that it progresses in terms of the what's being taught, and the skill level progresses each cycle until the final cycle, which is where we're focused on the individuals getting certification. And so this is the intro course, and then next cycle will be intermediate / advanced, and then the final one would be advanced certification.
Yes, and for just to talk a little bit about certifications of things that are sensible in this. So I'm Scrum certified. I had a PMP. I social engineering certifications, which is more for market research, content creation, campaign developments. Pretty much any Google product I'm certified in. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, any kind of certification programs offered through those companies themselves, I'm certified through. And certifications in this industry, they do help. They legitimize you, and they show that you're willing to put in the effort. And clients and businesses in this space want people who can get the job done. And by doing the job on your own time shows a real level of commitment. These are not difficult certifications to go through for the most part. PMMP is not fun. PMP is a little advanced. So if you're thinking of project management, Scrum is a super great project management framework. Agile is an excellent one. In some instances, Waterfall is actually the right choice. So understanding these and getting certifications, like the Google ones are very easy to get. I think you can go to like Udemy or Google Academy or something. And it is advantageous if you're going to be going through this program to maybe pop in on that, because there's a ton of great, particularly on the Google side of things, with how your search and what you do online is really going to kind of play out and how you're going to track it.
Yep.
Having an understanding of how Google goes about doing things is a really great way to inform how you go about doing things.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. I hope that answered everyone's questions.
Yes.
Again, if you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to us. And we look forward to seeing those who have signed up in our cohorts and learning and basically leveling up. So
yes, I look forward to connecting with you guys and squaring away our cohorts so we can get more professionals out there in the industry. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm very excited about it.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
Have a
guys.
happy Saturday.